Saturday morning here with Matt and Raven.
Woo!
On our way to Midwest Gaming Classic. Got about an hour trip. And yeah.
So, what are you guys looking for?
I have one
You
goal.
guys Dreamcast?
Yes.
No, not Dream.
I want to walk out of there with at least 3 games today. I want to find one rare one. Either Cannon Spike, Gunbird 2, Mars Matrix, or Giga Wing 2. And either one uncommon like Tech Romancer and Plasma Sword.
Are those American?
Yeah, they're all American. And any of the common ones I'm missing, like NFL Blitz 2001, Cal the Kangaroo, Mr. Driller, Dino Crisis.
How about you, Matt?
I don't know. I'm looking for Mega Man games, boxed.
What else do you still need?
I need Mega Man 1 and 6 and X2, which
Yeah.
are highly expensive.
X2.
X2. Mega Man X2.
Is that
It's a
a-
good game.
Was that on PlayStation? No.
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
I don't know. Whatever. As long as the price is right.
I, on the other hand, I am looking for the prices right on PS2.
I thought you were looking for the Three Stooges.
No, I have 3 students.
Oh, you have it?
Oh, I need it for PS1. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just looking for, Japanese import stuff and PS1 stuff. But then I'm looking for for Adam and John.
Oh.
So
I know Adam's looking for a bunch of Xbox stuff. Outrun. Yeah. I might have to fight him on that one. So once again, we're at Midwest Gaming Classic 2015. Greg did end up joining us later on Saturday, and we only went for the one day this year, as Sunday last year really didn't turn out any productivity for us and didn't really mean much. We did end up staying with Star World's Arcade again this year for their after party. Great time, had some pizza, some drinks, and hung out with other gamers, just sat around and enjoyed ourselves. Compared to last year, this year I personally think there was more people, but the vendors were about 3/4 of what they were last year. They made more room, but they didn't fill up as much as they did last year. The prices are also fairly high compared to the following year in some regards, but I'll get into that a little more later. There was, I guess it was just because of the rate of games today, really, they've gone up in price in general, I guess, but there were some really ridiculous things too this year. But these are just some shots that I ended up taking randomly while I was walking around. You can see that there's some uncommon and more rarer games, but I mean there was still a lot of games I didn't see that I kind of expected, like Valis and some other games too. But the hallways were always packed. You can see here, these are some of the modern consoles they had set up throughout the hallways and people just playing it. They had a separate room as well that was just all consoles from Atari all the way up to the newer stuff, and some stuff you generally wouldn't see, which is really cool. I loved walking through this hallway and just seeing people at consoles playing away. Galloping Ghosts was also there too with their stuff in the basement. Like last year, they brought some of their more popular games, including the rare Primal Rage 2 prototype, which they're the only place in the US that actually has that playable. So if you're ever in the Chicago area, look them up and you'll get a chance to actually play this arcade. So that's really cool to see. He was also working on a Mortal Kombat X cabinet that night too. Here's the pinball room. You can see from the amount of people just how big it really was. It was kind of nice that this year they had a few more cabinets or arcade cabinets. Just about every pinball and arcade was for sale, so people were wheeling and dealing, and that was kind of cool to see. I was even approached at buying a Darkstalkers cabinet, which I'm still considering. I have the guy's contact, and we'll see what happens with that. But it's just amazing. I loved this room, and just being around these many pinballs that you don't often see. It was just incredible. Really fun time. So also on the side for lunch, we even stopped in at Firehouse Subs. It was Raven's first time there, and he actually really enjoyed it. But it was a favorite of all of ours. We went here last year for lunch as well, and then we kind of went back and played some more, and I met up with Tech Geek and some of the other YouTube community. Even ran into people who were wearing John Arcade's t-shirt and sweatshirts, and John really needs to come out and join us. But of course, being out with the Crow 2, somebody has to get an arcade cabinet along the way. So it's now Sunday. I've kind of recovered from last night. We didn't get home until about 2:30 in the morning after attending Star World's Arcade's after party. Great time. Some of the stories I said I would talk about before. The prices and the vendors, it was kind of disappointing. There was a lot of vendors who would not budge yesterday at all on their prices, no matter what we did, all citing that they wanted to wait until Sunday before they unloaded things, which is kind of silly, but at the same time it makes sense. So, but there was things like there's a copy of Plasma Sword that's actually on my list that I still don't have. The guy was asking $75, and this goes for an average about 45, 50 bucks on eBay. So he's well over eBay prices, which is insane, and he would not go down under that whatsoever. But some other things too. Matt had an interesting thing happen to him, but I'll let him explain that if he ever puts up a video. But it was really kind of upsetting and frustrating at the same time, because all he wanted to do was get rid of this game and trade it in for something he wanted. But for me, my goal I made, but yet I didn't make. I didn't find any of the rare ones I was looking for. I didn't see Cannon Spike, at least not for a decent price. I mean, it was nice to see some of the games that I would have been nice to have, like Space Adventure, Popful Mail. Of course, there's 2 copies of Panzer Dragoon Saga floating around. All those going for about $200 each. I think Panzer Dragoon Saga was going for about $350, which is still under eBay prices right now, but still expensive and well out of my reach that I was willing to pay for. But I found a little more than the 3 games I'd hoped to pick up. In fact, I actually found 8 of them, and I'm going to go through them here real quick. One of the harder to find ones, the guy would not go down in price in this, but it's like a $30, $40 game online. I got it for about $20, and that's ECW Anarchy Rules. One of the last wrestling games I'm really looking for. Lance from Mega Media Exchange, it was his first year vending there, and he had some pretty decent games. Unfortunately, he had a copy of Gunbird 2 and sold it to another vendor before the vending even opened, which I'm still kind of upset about. It was Gunbird 2 for $45. Really great price, but really disappointing that I didn't get to it in time, I guess. But the vendors seemed to have first choice, so that was kind of a loss for me. But he did have 7th Cross Evolution. Got that one for about $5. The last sports game I'm missing, I finally got. NFL Blitz 2001. $10 game. Guy would not come down in price. Raven actually got me 2 games. It was real nice of him. A couple of them I was missing. This one's still sealed. It hasn't been opened. Hoyle Casino has just a sticker at the top, but that was about a $10 game, actually, for it still sealed. And Roadsters for $5, which every time I see a copy of Roadsters around here, the label's been real torn and messed up, or the disc is scratched, and this one is pretty much in the better shape. I don't know what it is about this game, but it just, for whatever reason, it is always in bad shape whenever I find it, which is really disappointing. I don't know why this game in particular is that way. And some residue on this disc, jeez. So, And yes, I did find Dino Crisis finally. Last year being $10 and not snagging it and kicking myself, as I've said in some of my past videos. There was actually 3 copies of this game floating around the convention yesterday. The first one we saw was $20. The guy would absolutely not budge on it, would not go down any more than that. The second copy I found, they were asking $30 for, and I was starting to panic, thinking maybe $20 was the best deal I was going to get for this game, because it's going for about that price on eBay, maybe a little less. But later in the day, in the afternoon, I went back. We kept doing another scan around, and I found another vendor that actually had a copy, and he was asking $12 for it. The case is in okay condition. I might have to get a new one for it, but the disc itself is in good shape. The manual and everything is in good shape. He was only asking $12. He wouldn't go underneath that, which I understand. I did try to get him for $10, but $12 is still a heck of a lot better than $20. So, yeah, there's Dino Crisis. Managed to find a copy of Mr. Driller. Somebody had overheard me saying I was looking for this game, and he pointed out that Windy City, an import company out of Chicago, actually had it in their vending room. And Chris, the owner, is actually a really great guy. We've talked to him a couple times. We got some things in the works, which I'm going to keep hush-hush for now, but there is some stuff happening. Not for me personally, but yeah, you'll see that probably later. But I got Mr. Driller from him, and he was only asking $17. I talked him down to $15. I mean, $2 off, and that average price for that game is going for $20 on eBay right now. And the last game I got, last racing game I needed, F1 World Grand Prix. So 8 games, that takes a huge chunk out of the stuff, but also at the same time it makes things more difficult, because now I am getting down to the really hard to find, more expensive games. So I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do with that. But it was a great time last year, so, and that kind of is all I have, really. How many of you actually went? What pickups did you get? Who did you see? Did you see us? If so, why didn't you say hi? But, yeah. So, Midwest Gaming Classic. If you're going to go to a game convention, definitely go to this one. It's massive, it's great, it's a fun time. A lot of great people there. So, that's it. Comment, subscribe, like, I guess. I hate really saying that. I hate forcing people to subscribe. I know people watch this channel, and that's great, but at least like it. I don't care if you subscribe or not. Just give me a thumbs up or something would be fine. But that's it. So thanks guys for watching, and here's some random stuff afterwards, and we'll see you next time.
People. The one guy who never played the one before that they actually like 35 million on the first player.
So he bought. Okay. He just gave me his bag of games he bought.
Nice.
Defender. Asteroids. He's got the classics.
Nice.
Outlaw.
Outlaw.
I don't know Outlaw.
I was about to say, what are games every player?
Star
Raiders, but you need the separate controller with the overlay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super bases loaded.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. You got the RF adapter at Berserk.
Nice.
Very nice. Oh, I will.
No, you're not. She'll be like,
She'd be like, just get out of here.
she'll be like, I just did it myself. Get the hell out.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah.
Always say EA to that.
Yeah, I'll say EA to that. Thank you. This game is cute. I mean, Chocoai Destiny. It's so cute.
Okay.